All right, good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday. It is episode 85 of Time Out Tuesday. And, today I wanted to talk a little bit about a culture of teamwork that we work hard on to make sure that we have all the time for all of our students and among our team members and staff at the school. So, start really with a quick story. Way back when I first started training, I was a much younger adult, and I was training alongside other adults and teens of different ages. So we had some students that were young, 13, 14, and 15-year olds, and we had people that were my contemporaries, and then we also had some people that were significantly older than me. And when I first started training, I was very often partnered up with a guy that I started training with. His name was Eric, and we came up in rank together all the way up to black belt. Excuse me. But very often, as we partnered, and especially, let's say, if Eric wasn't around, or if we were just switching partners, or doing any kind of drills that required us to be, working alongside somebody else, very often I was partnered up with a very nice woman. She was in her mid 60s, if I remember correctly. Very small lady, very thin, not the most flexible, not, she wasn't a powerhouse of strength, but she was a dedicated student. She'd been there longer than I was. At the time, she outranked me. She was there longer. And sometimes we would get partnered together for drills that required, let's say, holding bags and kicking bags or doing self-defense against one another. And the way that I worked with her was certainly different than the way that I would work if I was working with somebody who was, first of all, a younger teen, someone who wasn't maybe quite as strong as I was, or it was certainly different than the way I would work with one of my contemporaries, where we would, kind of just go at each other with full force and, sort of see how much we could each dish out and see how much we could take. And she was a wonderful woman, worked really hard, and she certainly wasn't kicking me as hard, or I certainly wasn't kicking her as hard. And then after we were partnered up in a particular week several times, at the end of class, she came up to me to apologize to me, and she said, Mike, I'm really sorry that you have to keep being partnered with me. I'm sure these classes are just terrible for you. You're not able to exert your energy. You're not able to really try very hard. I really feel badly. And I was really kind of surprised by that, because I hadn't been thinking that at all. I was just viewing it as, we're here to help each other. We're partners today. Yesterday, when I'm partnered with someone who's the same size as me, I'm going to work on my heavy kicking, my hard punching. When I'm working with somebody it's not appropriate for me to, go after as hard and as forcefully, then I'm going to be working on my mechanics and my technique. I'm going to slow things down and really work on them in that way. And that way I'm a good partner to this person, and plus I can watch them and help guide them, maybe get them doing things a little bit harder, and whatever I can do to help. And she was very appreciative that I said that, and we continued to be partners and training partners for a couple more years. But that conversation and that episode just kind of carried through with me, and it became very important to me as we were developing the school and getting bigger and bigger as the years go on. And now that we have several hundred students of all sizes, all ages, all abilities. We have children with special needs. We have children that struggle with physical things, and we have adults and teens that are the same. It was very important to me that we never lost that culture of being there to help one another out, that it's the teamwork that helps people really succeed. And this carries through all the way down to our younger students, because very often when we partner kids up, you'll see them, maybe they're disappointed because they didn't get partnered up with their best their best friend, or maybe they wanted to be partnered with their sibling, or maybe this person that they got partnered up with is not their best friend, or maybe they even had a negative experience with them at some point in the past, or maybe that student has a hard time paying attention or focusing on the details of what we're doing. And that student who gets partnered up with the more difficult partner sometimes can roll their eyes or get upset about it, and we'll often pull them aside after class and talk to them about how important it is to recognize the weaknesses in other people and see what we can do to help them. If we recognize that there's a weakness, instead of turning your back on them and just getting frustrated, try to figure out if there's something that you know how to do that you can share with them that will actually turn them into a better training partner, a better martial artist, a better person. And so this was something that it happens from time to time in the school where we have some discontent, and we try to explain that, especially to the younger students, how much better it would be and how much more of the martial arts spirit they would be exhibiting if in fact they embraced the partnership and went out there to try to help the other people and help other people succeed, because if you can help other people succeed, you're succeeding too. So that's just something that I like to talk about as being a cultural component of the school, that we're all about teamwork and we're all about pulling other people up. We're there to do things that you can't do individually, that you need a team for. So that's really it for my topic on Time Out Tuesday today, episode 85. We're just past our testing period, so we tested, I don't remember, 60, 80 kids or something like that, and adults and teens. Everyone did really nicely. We get to move into our next phase of training, which is physical, agility, strength training. We do that for a few more weeks before we start getting back into our requirements training again for our upcoming test. We do actually have a brown belt test this evening, which is a separate test, much more intense for our most senior students, so we are looking forward to that. And we're right around back to school season. Summer's kind of coming to a close. I'm sorry about that. It's my favorite season. I know some kids are getting ready and psyched to go back to school. I know some parents that are very psyched for back to school, but I also know a bunch of teachers that wish maybe there was another few weeks left. So to everybody, it's inevitable. These are the sequins. These are the seasons. They're circuitous. So what goes around comes around. There'll be another summer. I hope everyone has a fantastic day today, and make it one. Peace.